Welcome to Dolby Sin.
So
No,
this
we
has
have
been
to start
fun.
the
I'm
stream
gonna.
with that.
Okay, let me change the channel name.
Item.
I found the turtle with the beard.
Not.
Excellent.
That's a
Meant to image
perfect
that.
white cat.
I'm good.
Of course it was. That's not a surprise.
I'm not gonna lie, I made that comment about my own photo, and then Sean put the link, and I was really scared for a second. Like, I had a mini heart attack.
No fear, he's saving it for later.
Normally, the Dolby Inn is a one-shot, but due to circumstances such as somebody getting bitten by a vampire, we have
Snake person.
we have unlocked a short 3-part episode of The Curse of Todd.
Me, and of course I brought a Russian turtle.
Perfect.
Last week,
Excellent.
when it was just Robin and Eric, they were at the Dolby Inn late at night, and they stumbled upon some sailors that were warming themselves by the fire, chatting and having drinks. While the sailors were talking about the strange things that have been going on at night in Torrington, not Chef Rupert. What's this guy's name anyway? Let me upload his picture again.
Casey?
No, you silly
Daniel?
goose.
Oh, the elephant.
The elephant. I never even know my own characters' names. Hobart Hornblower came in through the door and fell to the ground, bleeding. He had been bitten by a vampire. One of the sailors recommended that before he fully turns, they get him on the ship and they start heading out to the town of Bavaria, to Castle Ravensroost, to take him to Todd Von Zarovich, because he was, as far as the sailor knew, the only person that could help him. So they shipped off, and as they were leaving, there were 2 great big explosions back in Torrington. They didn't get to investigate them, but they came from the direction of the churches. Then they set sail, and they were heading for Bavaria, and on the way, the outer islands, Bavaria is on an island, and then there's these outer islands outside of it, and it got really foggy, and they got attacked by a ghost ship. But they fended them off, and then they got on land, and what happened? Robin got her fortune told by some fortune teller lady.
Yes.
And they were explained that if you travel through the woods in the mist to get to the town of Bavaria, they are healing mists, almost like a sauna, but they're muscle relaxers. So if you spend too much time in there, you start to get drowsy, and you could slip into a coma until somebody drags you out. That's where we begin our current adventure. Any questions? One of
I'm
you.
sorry, I didn't realize I was making all this noise.
One of you has to ask me to repeat all of that.
Can you repeat a fourth of that? Like every other sentence, preferably?
Look, you're not an owl with, like, mile-long eyebrow feathers.
I'm sorry, Brian. I thought there were snake people involved.
Snake people?
Yeah. That's what I diagnosed the elephant with.
Oh,
Snake
that's
bite.
right. Yes, you did. And you were diagnosing him wrong, so...
Excuse me?
Chris, if you would like, I can repeat every other word.
Yeah. Why don't you start with that? But can you also paraphrase?
Yes.
Perfect.
Without consonants.
Last Robin in bar
Last Robin.
sailors that had
Oh no.
Okay,
you
well, hold on.
guys
You're going way too fast.
so much.
Way too fast.
I thought we said paraphrasing, Brian.
I didn't actually ask you. Can I call Chris? Can I call you Chris on this stream?
What else are you gonna call me?
I don't know. That's all I was gonna ask you.
Catcursed.
Brittany.
Chris, tell us the
Hey,
name of your
Chris.
Chris. Tell us the name of your character and his race and class.
Okay, great, wonderful. I apologize for this in advance. I am playing a kobold rogue assassin named Little John.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What?
Irene.
I'm playing Karine, a halfling monk.
JT.
I'm playing Mpishi, a tortellini warlock.
I almost said Sean. He's a peanut gallery. Robin.
I am playing Skadi, the Fey Touched, and she is a Manticora glamour bard.
Yeah, you need to type that into the chat. Ska D. What kind of music is she into?
Wow.
Wow. Eric?
Wow.
I am playing SH34RD, or
Oh.
Shepherd.
That's going to be fun
And
to say.
he is...
Nope, I'm calling you SH3P4RT.
Oh.
He is a Circle of Dreams druid war turtle. So he is a construct.
That's weird.
And he Mighty Morphin Power Rangers into animals.
Excellent.
And
Yeah,
last,
that looks just shitty enough.
last and also least, Aubrey. Just kidding.
Thank you. I am playing Dimitri. He is a desert turtle wizard, and I'm about to drop a picture of... There you go.
Please tell me that's on his shell.
It's fucking beautiful.
It's just like a
Yes.
big old hammer and sickle design on his shell.
Yep.
Oh,
This AK, please tell me he actually has a gun in this campaign.
That's his focus. He doesn't actually have a gun, but that's like what he casts spells out of.
I didn't do it. Okay. Oh, did you write your name, Robin? How do you spell Skadi? Oh, there it is. I found it.
okay. I can spell it again for you just in case.
Skadi. So you guys all got off this boat, and you had to paddle to shore because they couldn't quite get the ship in. Obviously, there was no dock; they're just sandy shores. And you guys are right outside the misty forests. Robin's character, who was no longer with it, Jazia, was getting her fortune told, and then the Trunky boy
I can
was.
play two people. She's still here.
It's up to you. It's not like we don't already have too many players characters.
No, you can just say she's there, but she's hanging out in the cart doing drugs, trying to keep the elephant alive.
I think that the captain, the sailor captain, the captain of the seamen, is going to say, "Arn, Missy," to the gypsy lady and say, "You care if we put this lad in your cart? He, what did you call the cart, Eric?
What?
What would
Oh, the Vardo?
Vardo. We need to take him into Bavaria. And quite quickly. She says, "Oh, I don't think it'll be a problem. I need to go there myself." All right. Somebody want to help me lift this big boy?
We'll help. Dimitri walks out. The cabin just shows up. He goes, "You asked for help lifting, yes."
Yes. I'm not going to do it by myself.
You no longer have to, so let me help like you asked, and then we can continue on.
Question. Are you an actual turtle? Are you walking around, or are you crawling on the ground like the picture you posted?
No, he's an actual turtle. I just couldn't find a picture.
Why don't you roll a strength check real quick?
To 12.
You guys are just able to lift this big boy, and you kind of, the way that people grab arms and legs and they're starting to, they kind of swing somebody back and forth, that's about as far as you're able to get him off the ground, like maybe, 4 inches, and you kind of skirt your way sideways to this big cart, and then you heave ho and get him up on the steps, and then kind of slide him in through this door. He barely fits. And then this cart, this Vardy, what did you call it? It was full of trinkets. Like, I said that when Jezia stepped on, the whole thing kind of rocked a bit and you could hear them all jingling and tinkling inside. When they put this guy on there, the whole thing kind of goes to the side and stuff falls off the shelves and clatters to the floor, and you can hear it all swaying and clattering inside. And he's rocking the boat pretty hard. But they get him centered, and the horses strain a little bit, but they're able to pull him through the sand and into the path into the woods. Do you guys just trek it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now, based on 26 episodes of experience, I already know in advance that I'm really bad at describing things on the fly. So I actually wrote something down.
Whoa. I think you're right.
Shit.
Damn, the next level.
Yeah, let me get into
Brian prepared something. I think we should feel special, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is audible. It isn't long as you enter into these woods before the mists enshroud you completely, swirling behind you as you pass through, turning your tracks gray and leaving the dampness that beads up as dew on your skin and your clothing. It's warm in here, like the water of a freshly heated bath, and the longer you walk, the more loose you feel. The pain of your wounds begin to numb. Some of you even notice scratches and scrapes beginning to mend, and old bruises begin to fade. The warmth comforts you as a blanket and a hot drink on a winter night, and soon you find your arms begin to feel limp and heavy. Every step becomes a chore, and your eyelids struggle to stay open as a drowsiness sets in. Everybody roll perception with disadvantage.
Correction, Brian, I don't have eyelids. I have shutters, but they're mostly for decoration and for expressiveness.
But I have a swim speed, man.
I got a 7.
Do I still have disadvantage if I can't fall
Oh,
asleep?
I'm so hyped.
I mean, you can't fall asleep. Yes, because you would, your muscles would relax so much that you wouldn't even be able to use them anymore.
I don't have muscles, I'm a robot.
You would rust, and then you wouldn't be able to move.
Come on, my friends, we must keep going.
What?
Come on, we have no reason to stop now.
Yeah.
I feel like I could stand here and bask in this for a long time. Even the horses' heads are starting to get pretty low as they walk. Let me see what you guys got here. Damn, a mod 20 with disadvantage? That's wild.
Come on. Thank you.
One was a natural 20 and one was a 19.
Oh, I rolled a 16 and a 5.
Did you rolled your comic dice that time?
I didn't. I just rolled my metal dice. I'll take pictures if you want.
That's what comic always says.
Is it really?
5 minutes later.
No. I have a webcam.
He's a sweet boy. Robin, you're the only one.
Oh,
Everybody
wow.
is trudging along through these woods, and it starts to blend one foot after another to where it feels, it's like a 20-minute walk, but it feels longer because everything looks the same. If it wasn't for this well-worn trail and people to guide you, you'd probably think that you could easily get lost in here. But as you're carrying along, Skadi happens to notice something off in the distance, and it's just a brief moment of color to your left. And if you turn and look at it, you find that it looks like somebody's clothing there sticking out behind a tree. It's like maybe a red scarf or some sort of cloth.
Okay. I guess I can walk over and examine the cloth and look around for maybe tracks.
The more that you get around this large tree and this thing starts to come into view, the more that you start to realize it's actually a body.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
How close do you want to get?
Close enough to see the body, I guess. I don't know.
It's a man. He's got short brown hair, and he's got kind of a, hold on a second. I have a picture.
Whoa. That's a
If
picture,
it's more
guys.
Cthulhu art, I swear.
Please, no.
Yeah, let's do it.
Look at Brian, all kinds of prepared today.
He looks like this.
Oh, God.
It's a very realistic image. I'm impressed.
The hair Ryan wish he had.
It's just a doodle I sketched up real quick.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Good job.
Thank you.
Wow.
Very good.
And he looks about that sad too, but his eyes are closed.
Okay, I'm gonna check his pulse.
It's beating, but it's almost, you have to like sit there and just really concentrate to even feel it because it's so slow.
Alright, so I guess I'll turn to the rest of the party and be like, hey guys, this guy's still alive. Should we take him with us?
What? Why is that your voice? You're gonna need to get, I hope you have something to drink.
I apologize for this ahead of time, all right? I know what I'm doing. I'm ashamed of it. Let's just keep it going, all right?
If it's any comfort to you, nothing you can do is gonna be worse than Eric's Lizzie the Lizard.
I don't know.
Excuse me?
I don't know about
next
that.
week.
I'll tell Connor to come play Linky Lou.
Except for Kim's voice on the Ghost campaign. I think that was worse.
we must help this poor boy. Come,
I
come.
agree.
Might as well.
We could get him up in the cart too. He must have gone to sleep, stayed in the mist too long.
How much longer are we supposed to be in this mist for?
Hard to tell with no sun to guide us or stars at night. I'd say 10 minutes.
Okay.
There are no stars in this place.
Well, no, it's
First
misty.
question.
Actually, one of the gypsies pipes up, I've been playing this lyre in town and I've gotten quite a following.
What does that do with it?
I get it.
I have no time for such games. Yes.
They have no problem lifting skinny Steeson up into the truck, into the cart. As you guys continue on, it's more of the same. Why don't you guys roll con checks? Or con saves, I suppose.
I'm quite good at these.
Yeah, I'm not
Where the
practicing
fuck
that.
is my dice?
Okay, that's not too bad. I don't
That
think
was
I have a
natural
con
20.
modifier.
Oh wow,
Oh,
look at
nice.
this.
Oh no.
21.
What the hell?
Oh wow, darn, wow.
Is 7 meet the DC?
Let's find out. No.
I hate it, Eric.
You guys go probably another 7 to 8 minutes, and Mipishi, your vision starts to tunnel, and the weight that you're just to walk, the weight that it feels like you're carrying is just starting to drag you down, and you get this sensation almost like sinking into quicksand, and then the next thing you know, it's like you're in a dream.
Oh.
Anybody else? Oh, well, everybody that's around you can clearly see you just thud right on your face.
Pick him up.
Dimitri walks over and just kind of like taps it on the side of the face, just like,
There's no response.
I'll just pick him up then.
Does anyone have smelling salts?
How big are you, Mipishi?
Mpishi weighs 150 pounds. He's 2'4". Little chunky boy.
Oh.
You're a robot though, so I think you can lift him, even though he's a chonky boy.
Alright. Supplies.
All right, I'll say another 3 minutes, and you guys start to see the light of day, in quotes, because it's all foggy out here. But I think once you get out and you clear the trees and the mists, the skies are all still gray. But Mipishi, you were only out for a moment, and as far as you can tell, you sank into these sands, and the next thing that you remember, you feel your head bobbing and your feet kind of bouncing up and down, and you are your ear is pressed up against something hard, and you hear or whatever the hell a shepherd sounds like.
Oh.
Then the world is upside down.
I'm carrying him like above my head too.
I can reach the cloud.
I don't care if you roll in chat, Robin, but just make sure you post your numbers is all I care about. I wasn't accusing you of cheating. I was just kidding. All right.
We made it. You know, we're in a bit of a rush, but I don't think it would be I don't think it would be a bad idea to swing by Bavaria and get something to eat to replenish our strength. Just a quick bite along the way.
we're going to Bavaria.
Can we
Question?
toss a food here?
Oh, I have proficiency with cooking utensils.
I don't know if we'll have much time. We should just buy some food along the way. And he starts trudging. When you leave this place, he starts trudging up a hill. You can't quite see the town yet, but chapter 2. Not but a short crest of a hill after exiting the misty woods, you can hear the sounds of music being played in the distance and the smell of both foods and farms in the air. A peculiar contrast, but not enough to turn your stomachs. The village before you has the quaint and I wrote that wrong. The village before you is quaint, and the architecture is ornate and detailed. It feels like a town where the festivities never cease. The farther you travel down the path leading in, the louder the music grows and the stronger the food overtakes the farm animals. Soon you'll find yourselves basking purely in the essence of breads, cakes, pastries, cheeses, spirits, produce, and every variety of meats, cooked in every variety of ways. I think that it took a little while, but once you start to enter the town, Steeson starts to come back to consciousness. Where am I? Who are you people?
Oh no, he's forgotten us.
We are a group that is going to help you. Hopefully, maybe, should you cooperate.
Felt like I was having a dream.
You're in the forest asleep.
Forest. I don't
We
remember.
picked you up and put you in the cart so you wouldn't die there.
What day is this? And the pirate says,
There's no telling what day or year you went in there. You're alive, so I assume you weren't gone more than a week or 2 or 3, but, you know, the body can last longer when it's not in motion. Perhaps you were in there for a month, for all we know.
I am so hungry.
We mustn't let you gluttonize yourself. You've got to just take your time and eat a little bit, and actually, might not be a bad idea to have you see a doctor.
The gypsy pipes in and says, I know of a doctor who specializes in cases such as this. I'll take you there. And she leads you down the road through all these, this marketplace and these vendors and this food and this music. And then she gets into kind of a neighborhood area. And the farther she takes you, the more the houses start to look a little bit still ornate, but a little older and more run down and weathered. The paint is peeling, the woods are splintered, and some of the eaves are sinking in. Some of the glass is broken or cracked. Finally, she arrives at this little blue house. She stretches out her bony finger. Shut up. And she says,
This is where he lives. He operates out of his home.
Oh no.
what are you guys going to do?
Little John walks straight in.
Okay.
I'm gonna knock on the door, but okay.
So will the boy. So will Dimitri. I forgot what his name was.
So the boy.
Boy.
Shepard starts to walk in and then fuck. And then
Okay.
realizes he's still carrying Mapichi, and then is like, and sets him down.
Little John, why don't you roll? Perception.
I would love to make a die roll tonight. That is an 11.
Pretty medium. The first thing that hits you is some sort of like, you don't know. It's hard to know in this foreign land what it is exactly. It could be just an incense, or it could be some sort of like opiate or drug or some such. It's pretty cloudy in here. And then the next thing you notice is some really old-looking furniture that looks like it probably hasn't been cleaned or dusted or washed in several years. And off in the corner at a small round, like maybe 2-chair table, there's a man. He's very
Sorry,
short.
I thought I was muted.
He's very hunched over. He's got wispy gray hair, and he doesn't even notice that you're here. His back is towards you.
Okay, so Little John, once he smells this, like he stops and just like slowly nods his head and takes in a big deep breath, and with his left hand just waves for everyone else to come in, and he goes, "Yeah, okay."
Why?
And he goes to take a seat on one of those chairs that look like they haven't been sit on in forever.
This little plume of dust poofs off when you sit down.
Kyrie's going to sneeze from the dust.
And probably everything else in the air. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's going to alert the guy, and he turns around, and he's got these glasses pinched on, these little round glasses pinched onto his nose, and he goes,
Well,
whoa.
I sneezed too.
And
I rolled a
Peachy-
d20 to see if I sneezed or not.
And
I look
Peachy,
really startled.
arms and legs, he turtles up and goes hides in his shell.
When you guys startle him and he turns around, he's got a big, long cigarette, and he goes, for about 30 solid seconds, and then he goes,
Okay.
Yeah, same to you, guy. Like, how are you?
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't see you come in.
That seems like it's a bad idea for you to continue to do. You don't sound very good.
He takes another drag.
Okay.
Things will kill you.
And then he says, what can I do for you?
What?
What can I do
Damn it,
for
Chris.
you?
Damn it.
Say something, guys. I have 3 words. You guys need to do this.
I don't have anything to say. I don't know why the fuck we just walked in this place.
I missed what the reason why we were in
You-
this place at all.
You there.
We were approaching
Guys.
it and everyone just decided to walk the fuck in.
You there, he gestures to Little John sitting on the couch. Why are you here?
Little John bounces a little bit and nods his head, and for like an uncomfortably long time remains silent, and then he just goes, "Okay, yeah, what?"
Good.
And Peachy pops out of his turtle shell
Thank God.
and says,
Oh,
"Oh, hello! This man we found," and he points to Mustache.
No. I wasn't
points
addressing
to
you. I wasn't addressing you, Turtle. I was talking to this fellow here.
This is embarrassing.
He doesn't really talk.
Shh. Hush now.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, fine. Turtle.
What?
I told you he doesn't talk.
Turtle, why are you all in my house?
We found this man asleep. Maybe a day, maybe a month.
I
Don't
don't
know.
I don't think that Steeson's able to stand. I think you guys still have to maybe plop him onto a couch or something.
On and
Weekend at Steeson's.
Nice.
The man, he kind of squints and he goes and he, even though he's already short, he kind of kneels down and he taps on this guy's knee and he listens. And then he opens a case on the coffee table and you see all these weird utensils inside of it. And he takes out like a little hammery thing and he bats on his knee and there's no reflex. And then he takes out a little ear trumpet and he like sticks it on Steeson's stomach and he listens and he listens. And then he takes like a weird ratchety looking thing and he puts it on Steeson's forearm and he goes, "Rick, Rick." And then he puts it all back and he steps it back a moment and puts his hand on his chin and he goes, It's just as I figured. He has ghosts in his blood.
I don't.
He what?
I'm sorry. I don't think that's an actual medical thing.
Yes, I've seen it before. He's going to need to take this cocaine. And he hands you a baggie.
Yeah. Zazia comes out of nowhere and is like, "That what? I'm sorry."
Okay.
No. We do not cocaine in this. No.
No, I don't need the cocaine.
What? He does
Throw
not
some
take
little
drugs.
dog
May
outside.
kill
Can
him.
I
No.
can I make a medicine check on Steeson?
Okay.
I'm going to do the help action and help her with that.
Yay. Does that give me advantage or like plus something or
That's advantage.
okay.
Why don't you both just roll your medicines and we'll add them together?
Okay.
Nice.
Oh.
Don't worry. I gotcha.
Yay.
You guys start to think about it, and you start kind of looking at each other and talking it over a little bit in whispered mutters, and come to the conclusion that you've heard the stories about the mist. You know the context, which this guy obviously does not. He didn't even tell him what happened to this guy. You checked his pulse already, and it was slow before, and then he woke up just as everybody expected him to, and he said he was hungry. So you figure that's probably the real thing that's going on here.
That's my blood my ass.
All right, that will be... And he starts, like, counting on his fingers. 7, 8...
No.
And he's looking he's looking you in the eyes. 6, 5,
No.
500...
No.
400 pieces
No,
of
no.
gold.
No.
We're not
Shepherd's
paying
eyes.
you. You did not
We're
tell
not
us
paying you.
anything.
Shepard's eyes go from like his normal black and they start like glowing red as he's saying this.
Dimitri puts his hands
just
on his
walks
hips and
over
is just
to-
like, no, you did not tell us anything.
It's a
You are
very...
not going to charge us for services that you did not provide. Thank you, end of story. We will take our friend and leave.
This is a very expensive medicine.
It's a very expensive
Hungry.
medicine. Yes, sure. You are doctor. You correct? Yes, you are
Yeah,
doctor. You will provide us with
doctor.
services.
Ghosts in his blood.
No.
There's no ghosts.
There's no ghosts. You're a crack addict.
He did not take the medicine, so all is forgiven.
Why don't everybody except for SH3P-4RD roll a con save again?
Okay.
Hooray!
Nat 20. That's 22.
4.
Oh,
It is worse than 7.
best voice.
Mapishi, you were already feeling pretty depleted going into this house, and standing in this smoky stuff, you could almost swear that you saw something dart down the hallway, and then it peeks its head back out, and it's got these 2 pink ears, and it's wiggling its nose.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And as you're staring at it, just trying to figure out what the hell is going on, you see it open up its maw, and it's got all these thousands of pointy teeth, and it goes. But nobody else seems to notice it.
Really?
So,
Even me?
Mpishi in his terror will reach out a hand and point at it and fire an eldritch blast.
Oh fuck.
Oh shit.
Roll an attack.
That's 22.
Fuck you, Aubrey.
Ow, okay.
No, just keep doing it.
She did that to me, and it scared me when I played in her one shot. Her monster called me out by name. I'm sorry, what was your attack?
This is 22.
Damn. Okay, roll damage. Or is that how I don't remember. Is that how Eldritch Blast works?
Yeah. I'm, forgot my doodad thing. Yep. I'm a pro.
At 5th level, you have to roll 2 attacks with it.
Yeah, so I have two. You're right. I have two bolts. The second one was a 12. I'm guessing just one of those hit.
Well, you're not hitting anything, so yeah, you hit.
Perfect.
Nice.
And yeah, my charisma. Yeah, so I'm gonna be rolling. Yeah, I dealt 7
7 damage total.
at nothing.
Tell me what your Eldritch Blast looks like.
It looks like this brown stream of chocolate that flies out.
I've never heard it
like
described
shit.
that way. What is the damage type?
It's force damage. The powerful
Oh,
stream of
no.
chocolate.
Damn.
Is it really chocolate?
Oh yeah.
Is it
Doo-doo.
like an energy type, or is it actually like goopy?
It's force damage. You
God.
just asked what it looked like.
Right, it's force damage. Come on.
So it's like a physical force?
It is
It's
for
a
me.
projectile turd.
I'm gonna
No, it's,
Chocolate.
Oh no.
I'm
you
gonna
know what? On second, it's guacamole now. It's guacamole.
I'm gonna say that this thing launches out and it splatters against the wall and kind of splinters the whatever the hell they use for walls back then. I don't want to say drywall, but it cracks it and just leaves a terrible mess all over this dude's already nasty carpet.
What are you doing?
Play.
It didn't have to be wood. They had like plaster and stuff back then.
Nah.
It
What
has so many
was that
teeth.
for?
It was
So
mud
many
and clay.
teeth.
Fight me.
What
So many teeth.
what did you just do to my house?
Brian, in the chaos of the attack, Little John wants to steal the cocaine. I need to make that known.
Roll a sleight of hand with advantage.
Please do.
So that's a 26.
Fuck.
He actually drops it on the table as he says, "What did you do to my house?" And he goes over to see what the hell this stuff is, and he gets kind of close, and he's like, "Ugh!" And he starts to feel sick, and he says, "Get out, all of you! Take your ghost demon blood man with you."
It doesn't have ghost in the blood. I don't know what is wrong with you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Little John leaves.
Okay, thanks, guy. I'm gonna wrap one of Steeson's arms around my shoulder.
I'll wrap the other one around mine and go, come along.
Hold on,
Mr. Ghost
let me
Blood."
roll a con check for Steez. He's okay. He was probably down below the haze when he was sitting on the couch. So you guys get outside, and the lady at her cart says, "I hope that was helpful. He does look a bit better."
No, he was useless.
Did he give you any medicine? I don't think he would need it all. Surely not. Maybe you could part with some of it.
What?
Help an old lady out.
What?
He did not give us any medicine. Too expensive.
Can I do a medicine check on the old
Hold on.
lady?
If you want to.
I don't know if
Okay.
I'm gonna roll deception on that.
I gotta say, Lil John, I am impressed with how much you can communicate with 3 words.
What? Okay.
19.
She's fine.
You don't need medicine. Are you a drug addict too?
You've seen her like get up and down in her cart, and she's been so spry, and she doesn't weigh hardly anything, but she's got color in her cheeks, and she's healthy, and yeah, she just wants drugs. Probably gonna sell it on her own time.
I could have used that for customers of my own, but
Not
Wow,
sell
okay.
drugs. We do
Can
not
I
sell
do
drugs
insight
here.
check?
I would hate to see it go to waste is all.
Can I do an insight check to see if she would actually sell them?
Sure.
It's an 8.
Yeah, you have no idea. Could be.
So Brian, since you've just confirmed that she sells drugs, can I use this as a prime opportunity to stealth away from the group, hop onto the cart, and look for her stash so I can take some of that too?
I confirmed it to the player. I didn't confirm it to your character.
Oh, I'll roll insight. That's fair. Let me jump this hurdle before I can actually do that.
I mean,
Oh,
she
that's a
did say
7.
that she sells drugs. So.
Yeah, you guys have no idea.
That's fine.
At this point, when you guys thoroughly disappoint her, I think she's actually going to get kind of annoyed, and she says, "What do you want me to do with your elephant?"
What?
I was hoping that you would be willing to take him all the way to Castle Ravenroost.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
That's a bit out of my way. It will cost you 200 gold pieces.
It's only out of your way because we didn't bring you drugs.
Yeah.
The drugs would have covered the cost. The medicine would have covered the cost. But
Yeah, sure.
since I don't have it, I'm going to need that gold.
When Hobart awakens, perhaps he could pay you himself. And I'll roll persuasion.
Okay.
Ooh, a 7.
I want her back.
She got a 10. She's not budging.
Oh.
I had one good roll, and it was to attack nothing.
Okay. So Little John is gonna step forward, like he's gonna part the crowd by walking through
yeah?
everyone's legs.
Oh, yeah?
and
What's-
approach this woman.
Yeah, what's he
He's
gonna say?
Look up at her, and he's gonna just like look her in the eyes and slowly nod. And he's gonna go, "Okay," and reach into his coat and produce the cocaine.
Okay. She, her face brightens immediately as she snatches it out of your hand and kind of drops it right down her cleavage, and she nods and she says, "All right, I'll take you to Castle Ravensroost."
Okay. What?
All right, well, we don't have much time. Let's all go get something to eat and then make our way up there. You there, lad? And he kind of pats Steeson on the cheek. He says, "How are you feeling, old boy? What do you want us to do with you?"
I just need food. I think I'll be okay after that. I'm starting to regain my memory. My house is just
I will give him a ration.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta do something real quick. Get this. He is immediately. He gobbles it up, and the pirate says,
Not too fast, not too fast. We don't know how long you've been starving. Don't want to upset your tum-tum.
So when you guys go into the marketplace, there's any number of things to choose from. What are you guys gonna eat?
Pizza. I just
pizza
ate
sounds
like a
good.
whole pizza by myself. Sorry. I
So
was excited.
Zezia actually paid this pirate pretty handsomely, and so he's actually gonna treat you all to lunch.
Right. I want
Then
to
I'll have the best thing they have.
It's a matter of
What
perspective.
is the most expensive thing in this market?
Most expensive would be the most exotic, and that would probably be hold on one second.
Cheese pizza.
Albino Manticora.
Excuse me. I'd
It's-
like something fishy, please.
Ooh, fish does sound good.
It's an era.
Shrimp.
It's fried aracakara. Still want it, Aubrey?
Oh,
No.
That's cruel.
I am vegetarian.
It's old woman corpse. You still want it, Aubrey?
Quit being mean to her.
Let's see.
Shrimp.
Well, to be fair, I kind of
Sounds
called him a scrub the other day, so
He's a scrub all the time. That's okay. Did you see the photo that I posted in the ill repute chat?
or now. But yes, I am vegetarian.
I'm gonna say that the most expensive thing they have is it's tofurkey, but instead of tofu, they made it with a gelatinous cube.
Nice.
Weird.
Second most expensive.
It's not going to be any
Hot
more
dog.
appetizing, I can guarantee you.
God, tofu?
You know what? Exotic isn't always good. You're just going to have to maybe get something normie.
Do you have any squid?
Oh, yeah, they got some squid. They live by the
For a
ocean.
fish.
I want some squid on a stick.
Okay, so the second most expensive thing they have is... Oh, I'm gonna... Okay, here we go. This is what it's gonna be.
So I'm sorry for the banging noise. My roommate's readjusting shelves. She thinks she needs a hammer for
Nice.
it.
Sorry for the banging noise. My roommate's banging.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's barbecued ogre zombie.
I think I'll go for a fish.
All right, that sounds good.
Why the fuck do these people eat rotting flesh? That's what I want to know. That's the real question.
It's a delicacy.
Yeah, that is really
It is
weird.
not.
It's
Oh,
definitely
wait.
not a delicacy.
That is a disease waiting to happen.
Anything is a delicacy if you're brave enough.
No.
We should not judge their culture.
Remember, bravery is just applied stupidity.
Is there anything that is very pressing that you want to do before you head to Castle Raven's Roost?
I want to buy a gallon of Bavarian cream.
I love you.
Okay,
Since we're in Bavaria.
here's what happens.
You find a man in an alley. He's wearing a fish coat.
No.
You you find two listings, and I'll say that this place where you found them is it's a little different. It's a little shabbier than the other places, but it smells good and the pies look good. And one is listed as a Bavarian cream pie, and then there's another one listed as a Bavarian dream pie.
Oh, I don't want a pie. I just want the cream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they could just give you that.
I want a gallon of pie, Brian.
And they actually have it in the tubes, and they offer to just give you a tube.
Perfect.
You can just cheese whiz that shit into your mouth.
And I do. Actually, I'm going to do cheese whiz the entire thing into my mouth, and while I do, I cast what is it? Purify food. And then it filters through my body and comes out of a spigot back into the tube.
That's interesting. I didn't know that robots had to worry about those kinds of things.
Well, they don't have to eat.
So
I just
he
wanna make
just
sure it's
purified
not
all this
diseased.
Bavarian cream so
Yeah.
somebody else could suck it from his tube.
Gross.
Got it.
Okay.
Excellent.
Exactly. Now
At
you're
least
good.
somebody agrees with me.
Chapter 3. There's a
I'm just gonna
shudder.
post horrible stuff. That's all.
There's a shudder in the... These are song lyrics, damn it. I opened the wrong thing. There's a shudder in the air and a rumble in the
No,
ground. You feel your
yeah.
heart to begin to race as drums begin to pound. No,
Hella.
that was the wrong document.
I'm
Okay.
into it now. No, keep going.
Right.
Don't stop.
Yeah.
Make it a slam poetry.
They pound above the noise. All right, here we go.
We'll beatbox.
Within an old lagoon down below the Park of Horn, there's a... This is what the sailor guy sings to you as you go up this path to the castle.
Yes, I love this.
Then, pardon me. Could you either tone it down or sing louder? Your middling volume is not pleasing.
Oh, wait, he's singing? Brian, you may not know this, but Little John is an entertainer.
Oh, really?
So,
Oh fuck.
he,
Can you...
I'm gonna play music on the viol.
Can
That's
you...
a strong term.
Lil John, what do you play?
he's proficient in an instrument, and out of all the instruments I could have chosen, I decided to choose the tambourine. So he will...
Okay, so you're playing the tambourine. Roll a performance. Mapishi got a 10 on his pan flute. Is anybody else doing anything to accompany them?
Yes, I
I'll
have a
play my
viol.
pan flute.
Okay.
Nice. Pan flip twins.
Oh no.
Performances all around.
Hold on 1 second.
18. Nice.
I wish I gave myself bardic inspiration.
Perfect. I neither play an instrument, nor am I proficient in an instrument. But I
Actually,
rolled a nat 1. So I'm like clapping along to the beat, and by the beat, I mean I'm just going. And it's super loud because both my hands are metal, so it's just like clang, clang, clang.
Oh man.
Oh, and my
He
charisma's a
marches.
-1, so it's a 0 total.
He marches to the beat of his own drum.
Skadi, what's your instrument?
it's a viol. It's like a big violin that I
Oh.
play in my lap.
What did you say, Kyrene? What did you play?
I'm playing my pan flute.
Oh, okay, so lots of pan flutes. Okay.
All
I
pan
could be
flutes.
saying it wrong, but you know.
So as you guys walk up this path to this ominous castle, there's one really good pan flute player. Mipishi, you're just kind of following along. You're almost like one of those trombone players that looks at their neighbor to see what slide positions he's supposed to do. And then you probably don't understand keys, so you're just trying to like play what she plays. Little John, did you say your tambourine?
Tambourine.
You are on beat. However, Shepard, you are not on beat. you are making it very difficult for everyone else to focus.
Perfect. I'm like that kid who plays cymbals, who is only there because his parents make him.
And then
No, Little John takes this seriously, so he stops playing. He walks up to Shepard, and he looks up at this guy who's just clapping along horribly, and he just like looks up, squints his eyes, and holds up his one hand, and he just stares at him until he stops.
I start doing the like high fives with him.
And then
What?
Skadi, you fumbled through the chords. You're doing okay, but it's hard to play this viol and walk at the same time. Especially when there's porn distracting you.
This is what it looks like,
Oh, that's pretty dope.
because she's a little goth girl. That's probably the trigger word that caused all the porn to pop up, to be honest.
Here's this. This is what the pirate sings as you guys play your instruments.
Within an old lagoon down below the Park of Horn, there's a
Clang,
port that's known for
clang.
gravellies where rivalries are born. There's a thirst for wine,
And you all guys all go, a lust for blood.
a hunger in their eyes. All the pirates are a-comin', and they're comin' for the prize. Hell, it hath no fury like these pirates in their scorn. They come in wreaking havoc like the winds upon a storm. They tremble all the waters like a raging typhoon, disrupting all the peace within the quiet old lagoon. With sails high adorned with skulls they billow in the breeze. Formidable list of pirates found in all the seven seas. A brush with any one of them's a brush with certain death, so you better keep your distance lest you feel the final breath.
And then there's more instrumentals.
There's a shudder in the air and a rumble in the ground. You feel your heart begin to race as drums begin to pound. They pound above the noise of crowded shores as people shout, but you really ought to attend yourself to see what it's about.
And then it ends on this like eruption of music and clanging, and then it kind of just all goes into chaos and then slowly dies.
That was interesting. I do not have heart to say it was bad, so it was interesting.
I loved that so much.
And Pishi backflipped with a 21 acrobatic because I couldn't only roll well twice.
You backflipped going up a hill. That's pretty good.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I keep clapping for a few seconds after. The
I
song is
know
done.
what a Vardo is. I looked it up last week. Just hadn't heard the term before. I was homeschooled.
Oh,
Wow,
exactly.
doesn't listen to Little Realms. Fire.
Chapter 4. You begin to travel the road that leads out of Bavaria and winds lazily but ominously up the dark castle on the hill, overlooking the Bavarian valley. Your music is atrocious. The castle bears the resemblance of its name, a large black bird keeping watch over the land below. Above its peaks, there are dark foreboding clouds circling low beneath the glooming skies above, as though some evil presence looms overhead, ever on patrol. When you finally reach the top of the hill, the entire valley is spread out before you. The misty trees beyond that and the horizon of this island disappearing into a wall of gray. You begin to hear a tremendous clanking, and it's not shepherds clapping this time. It's the metal gate of Castle Ravenroost's castle gate. It begins to open, and following shortly after, the large wooden doors leading into the fortress. The doors open up, and a small figure appears with a long black cloak. He looks up at you and he says, "Hello, everybody. I'm Todd Von Zarovich."
Damn it.
And I think that's where we're going to end the session.
I hate it.
I just want to say that when the castle gates start clanging, I start clapping along, thinking it's another song.
No, Shepard, it's not a song.
What's wrong, Eric? Why are you mad at me?
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Why?
No.
I'm going to give that one big yike.
Congregations, you've been awarded one yike.
Oh, don't worry, guys. You got the still version. I saw the GIF.
Oh no.
Lozano posts are like.
All right, I'm stopping the stream. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye!
Bye, internet.
Okay.